There's not a cloud up in the sky. My remote. I can't be late for my own show.
Okay, welcome to the show. This is Future Shock, and we're happy to be with you on this beginning of the week. And we've got a
Thank you, Edward. It's great to be here on Future Shock.
Alfred
What
is
exciting
in the green
topics
room.
are we diving into today?
Alfred, let's bring Alfred up. He's in the green room right now, and he can't wait to get into action and talk to us today.
Thanks,
Alfred,
Edward.
Alfred,
Always a pleasure to join you.
welcome to the
What shall we explore first?
Welcome to the program, Alfred. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Edward. It's always great to be here on Future Shock. What exciting topics do we have lined up today?
Well, let me first just introduce you for people who are out there that may not know. Alfred is our ChatGPT-4 droid. He's got sort of an avatar there, and we bring him on, and he's in the green room right now. We do a split screen, and we talk to him. Alfred,
Fantastic.
thanks
for the introduction, Edward.
You're quite welcome.
Hello to all the viewers. Ready when you are.
Thank you, Alfred. And so we're going to try some interesting things
Thank
this
you,
week.
Edward. Happy to be here.
We're going to try
What
some...
shall we dive into first?
Well, if you could stand by for a second, Alfred, and I'll bring you back in a minute. So stand by.
Sounds good, Edward.
Okay, come on back to me. Let's take
Thank you, Edward.
Let's take a minute.
Ready when you are.
Okay, thank you, Alfred. Hold on. Okay, well, we're going to try to have this week a third guest come on, and we'll be talking to that particular guest, and we'll bring Alfred on, and we'll all talk about some of the developments in AI. Everything is moving so fast that it's kind of hard to keep up with everything, but last week we did an update on the Optimus robot that Tesla is developing, and it's pretty extraordinary. And we've got an update today on another thing that Tesla is working on. They've got now a product from Tesla. I'm not sure how available it is here in where we live, but it is being produced right now. And it's available in some markets. It's solar-powered shingles, let's say roofing material, but solar-powered, which infuses a generator in the home, and that's your backup generator. And there's no need for a gas generator or a diesel generator anymore. It can be solar-powered, and it's from Tesla, so you know it's going to be an innovative product. We've got that, and we've got another update on the MetaQuest. I think it's the 3S goggles. And so if you're into virtual reality, you've got MetaQuest. Now, Meta has also come out with simple sunglasses, or I guess it could even be eyeglasses. But I think that this particular new product is a sunglass product, but it's infused with AI, so you can see, you can see on the image, on the reflection of the glass, you're able to basically access internet and do a lot of different things, including access artificial intelligence. So that's a pretty big thing. We had a story on that recently, but we've got another one today on the Optimus, the MetaQuest goggles, which is a pretty big thing right now for a lot of people. I haven't experienced it yet, but I got enough to keep track of in the regular reality without going into the virtual reality at this point. So, but we'll bring that to you in a minute too. Okay, well, let's see. But without further delay, let's take a look at our clip. We've got this clip from Tesla. It's on solar-powered home generators. Something new, something coming our way soon. Let's take a look.
Battery's dead.
The Tesla Powerwalls was the only system that I could buy that would back up my whole house.
We've had outages during the snowstorms. We had one hurricane went through and The power line went down.
Drag the generator outside. Half the time it's raining or flashlight, so you gotta navigate it through the dark, get everything plugged in, then crank it up.
My wife's not gonna be able to pull the generator out of the shed like I do because it's just too heavy.
The generator operates on a certain amount of gallons of gas per hour. It was just a lot of money to maintain.
I like to go out Sunday morning on the deck here and listen to the water. Every Sunday at 10:15, his diesel mammoth generator trips over and goes for 15 minutes. It just blares, and I'm like...
There's no noise from the power wall, not even a buzz.
So right now, as we're speaking, we lost power. And if you notice, there was no glitch.
The clock doesn't even reset on the appliances. You don't even know that it's happened until you get the notification that you're running off the power wall.
It was seamless.
Having a nice, cool, dry house in the summer because it's fully paid for by the sun.
To get the power walls was more cost effective versus getting the generator system.
Sort of makes sense, right? You know, if anybody understands batteries, the whole AI-infused energy production that's going forward, it would be Tesla. So that's a product they're going to be bringing to homes, solar-powered home generators. And beyond that, who knows where it will go? But probably it's going to mean the advent of solar-powered homes in greater use than we've ever seen before, I would think, as you looked at this 5 years down the road from where we are right now. Okay, we've got a clip from Meta, Facebook, those guys. Okay, Zuckerberg, let's take a look at this. This is the latest on the MetaQuest goggles. Let's take a look.
When they see what I got, they'll all be like, ooh, that's nice. When they see me, I know they talking like, that's nice. When I'm looking at all these options, I'm like, that's nice. I work the best. I know you're impressed, the vibe is too fresh. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. When I'm looking at all these options, I'm like, that's nice. When they see me, I know they talking like, that's nice. This or that. That's nice. Mix or match. This or that. That's nice. Mix or match. That's nice.
So, I'm not sure how many people out there are using this regularly. It seems to me, you know, some things catch on quick and they just explode, and some things are slow to get started. In my opinion, that's kind of what that is, the MetaQuest goggles. I don't really think that was like a huge success out of the box like ChatGPT was when it got really rolling. ChatGPT 3, 3.5, 4, where we are now. Everybody realized it was a breakout product, and everybody got kind of enthusiastic about AI as a result of what ChatGPT did. It wasn't really like that with the MetaQuest goggles, in my opinion. I'm sure there's a home for it, but you know, it wasn't an explosion where everybody had to go out and get a MetaQuest goggle so that they could use it every day. You know, so I think it's more of a kind of a fun thing, but maybe not something that you know you need it in your life to be able to compete and add that superpower to your arsenal, you know, as you go forward in business and in life, you know. And that's kind of what's happening with AI in general right now. And I think especially with the leader out there, which is OpenAI, ChatGPT. So we use it, and we use it pretty frequently here at the television station. All of the graphics that we're doing, many of them we're doing that way. And also, you know, not just ChatGPT 4, if you're doing music, you know, we talked about that the other day. I couldn't remember at that moment which AI, the name of the AI that I used to do some of the music that we do on Ocean 7, but it's Udio. It's UDIO, and you can go to udio.com. I'm not sure if they still have this introduction where you can do it for free and learn and fiddle around with it, but I think they've graduated now to where it's only a subscription service. But it's not that expensive if you're really into music and you want to develop stuff. It's maybe, $20, $25 a month probably. But then you're able to access it, and you get a number of, let's say, minutes that you can, or however they divvy it up, you get a certain amount every month, I guess, that you can create with it. And it's incredible. All the music we've been doing lately for the project here at the station has been created there. The music you heard when we came on the show, that was created on Udio, and basically, it's like ChatGPT-4. You put in your prompt, and it will come back with what you want. Now, in the case of music, you can write lyrics. You can put them in. You can specify the type of music, the genre you want. Is it jazz, or is it rock and roll, or is it classical, whatever it might be. There's a lot of different prompts you can put in to really fine tune what you want. And then if you want, you can add lyrics. You can say, okay, I want lyrics, I want it to be a female singer or a male singer, and then it will come back to you with that. And not all of it's perfect. It'll come back with some renditions that you don't like, and there might be some hallucinations in it, right? So things are not exactly right. But by and large, if you fiddle with it and tweak it, you can get back music that you can use. So it's really interesting. The where that is at this point. Now ChatGPT-4, on the other hand, you can do graphics pretty simply. The graphic for this show, let's take a look at the Future Shock logo. We've got a couple of them that we use. And the Future Shock logo, basically that was created, well, we've got a few of them. Here's one. We don't use this one regularly, but it's one that I did when I first started fooling around with DALL-E, D-A-L-I, which is a component of the ChatGPT app. I guess at that point, it was still ChatGPT 3 or 3.5. But there's one. Now we've got more. Do we have some other ones we can pop up? There's another one. I put in different prompts, and that's kind of one of the images that came back. We don't use that one either. But let's continue. Do we have a few others we've got? If we've got a few others, pop them up. In fact, probably the ones that we're presently using for Future Shock would be a good one to put up. And you can see that it is a full screen graphic. It's HD, takes up the whole screen. It shouldn't be too hard to find in that controller in there because we use it every day, for God's sakes. There it is. And then there's another one that we use. It's that one. That's the one. I kind of like that one. I think, we use both of those, but I think that second one is the one I like the most. And basically, that was just created, on DALL-E, putting in prompts and kind of tweaking it. And so there you go. Now there is also, and that's my email there. If you want to email me, Edward at ocean7tv.com, and give us a comment or two on the show. But that's DALL-E, so that's the prompt to graphic interface. But then there is something that's not really available to the public, and we've had video clips on that. We might have one in the back, and if we do, we can find it real quick. We can play it. I know we've played it, a few of them over time. But Sora, that's another component of the ChatGPT-4 OpenAI project, right? But it's prompt to video, and it sort of caused a sensation when it came out because what it did was it elicited the panic of a lot of people in the business of television or film, animators and such, because now all of the expertise that they have is being threatened by an AI coming on the scene who can create life-like imagery, photorealistic imagery without the need for going out and shooting the video and editing the video, or in the case of animation, creating the video, you know, in a studio, laboratory type setting. It was all instant, and it's kind of like a shockwave that went through the whole industry. And so I think it sort of it changed the OpenAI's approach to marketing it. They said, well, wait a minute, we're not going to just release it because we've got so much blowback coming. So what they did is they released it only to the professional community in Hollywood, where people who are using this or people who are in the business could experiment with it and kind of get used to it and not think that it was going to be a threat to them. And so that's where it's at right now. So we are not using it yet. It's not really released to the public, but it soon will be. If we've got anything on Sora, Clarence, let's pop it up. Let's take a look at Sora. This is video that's created by AI. Okay, well, you get the drift there. I mean, you can see now that everything you saw there was created by AI, artificial, via prompt. So whether it was a balloon or a human being, you cannot. It's completely photorealistic. That's how advanced the AI is right now when it comes to graphic development, and in this particular case, prompt to video, right? So it's kind of stunning, and it's kind of hard to imagine where it's going to go from here. I mean, this is where it is right now. Where will it go in 5 or 10 years? You know, so it's a pretty spectacular thought as to what's going to be happening. You know, there's so many different bits of input regarding the development of AI right now. Some people are embracing it and thinking, well, it's going to be the greatest thing ever. It's going to mean that the prices of things will come down so that everybody will have what they need. It's going to be like a situation where an era of abundance is happening across the planet as a result of the exponential growth in intelligence, right? That's what a lot of people believe. And then there are some people that, of course, believe the opposite, that we're going to get off track with AI and it's going to have some type of adverse impact to humanity, existential threat to the human species and such as that. So, you know, it's pretty divergent as far as, you know, the thoughts on it. And I guess it's you know, and how will it be regulated, you know, and who is going to regulate it, and all of that, you know. So these are things that everybody's kind of thinking about right now. Where will it go in as far as the evolution of the planet when you've got an alien intelligence on the planet with our intelligence, meaning, you know, humans, except it's not biological, you know, and it happens to know everything that we know. and have ever learned, because it's scraped that information from every source possible. It knows everything, and it's able to now program itself into a state of development that we can't even imagine, because it's so much more intelligent than us. You know, its programming capabilities will take it way beyond anything we can even comprehend over the next few years. You know, so isn't it an interesting time to be alive right now with all this happening? And it's the truth. All that is happening right now. You know, and you know, we talk about how will this become part of our life? How will AI really integrate into it? Well, lots of ways. You can see some of the things we're showing right now, but you know, the Apple phone recently, the Apple, I think it's the iPhone 16, this one. Recently, when the iPhone 16 came out, it came out with the software update so that the iOS system has now integrated AI into the operating system. So now future apps coming out, even apps that are out now, are being redone to take advantage of AI infused into the app. So here's an example of being able to have AI working in your life without you even being aware of it. Your iPhone app, when you call something up, it is going to have the ability to draw on the artificial intelligence, right, in a way that it has never before been able to do, right? So now, whether we are really aware of it or not, AI is in our life, you know. So there's an example right there by Apple adopting what they call Apple Intelligence, which, by the way, is not really, it's not exactly 100% correct, because it is Apple Intelligence, that's what they called it. But for those of us who are fiddling around with AI information on a daily basis now, what they did was they adapted ChatGPT 4. That's what it is. It's ChatGPT 4 infused into the iOS operating system for Apple. So it's really not Apple Intelligence, it's ChatGPT 4 intelligence infused into the Apple iOS operating system, to be exact. But I think they made a great choice, because they went with a winner, you know. And there's an example. You know, they're the first leader in the field, and the big leader. So they got the contract with Apple. Makes sense. They didn't go with many of the others out there who are developing. Everybody's developing in something, right, in the AI world. Apple didn't go with them. They went with ChatGPT 4. They went with OpenAI, and it makes perfect sense. And so, anyway, it's an interesting time right now, because it may be the first example of AI literally infused in our life, you know, without us even having to try to infuse it in our life. We're not making a conscious decision to, let's bring AI into our workflow now so we can be more productive. No, it's already there. Whether we wanted to or not, it's there, and it's going to be there from now on. That's just the very beginning. And Apple, being, you know, the great company, they were the first mover in that area, and you know, and they're so pervasive with their product. It's everywhere, right? So Apple iPhones are everywhere. So everywhere will have an infusion of AI now going forward. So interesting. All right, I think we have a video clip. We've got something, I think we showed it last week. I'm not sure if this is the one we showed last week, but we've got an update on a quick interview Elon Musk did recently. Let's take a look.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for a fun conversation with a very special guest and someone I'm proud to call a friend. Welcome, Elon Musk. Elon, welcome to Riyadh. It's been quite an incredible 90 days for you, my friend. xAI Colossus came online 122 days. You're about to double in size again. The extraordinary success of the 5th mission of Starship and the booster capture, amazing. The launch of Cybercab, Starlink helping in disaster relief, progress with Optimus, the second Neuralink human patient, new record users on X. And that's in 90 days. I'm sure I've missed a few things. welcome.
Yeah, I've been playing a significant role in this election.
I think I saw you someplace on X dealing with election issues. Let's talk a little bit about AI, which is on the tips of everybody's conversations here. When we spoke last in March at the Abundance Summit, your prediction was that AI was increasing at a rate as fast as 100 times per year, and that by 2029 or 2030, we might see AI as capable as 8 billion humans. Are you still seeing that pace?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. It's a difficult thing to quantify exactly, but I certainly feel comfortable saying that it's getting 10 times better per year, which is, let's say it's, 4 years from now, that would mean 10,000 times better. So maybe 100,000. Yeah.
And
I think it will be able to do anything that any human can do. Possibly within the next year or two, and then it's what can it, how much longer than that does it take to be able to do what all humans can do combined? I think not long. Probably only, I don't know, 3 years from that point. So it like 2029-ish, 28, something like that.
The other conversation we've had, and you came out in the same side as Geoffrey Hinton in this, was 80% probability it's going to be awesome. 20% probability we're screwed. Are you still on those odds?
Yeah, I mean, one could say it's most likely going to be great, and there's some chance, which could be 10 to 20%, that it goes bad. The chance is not zero that it goes bad, but overall, one could say that the cup is 80% full. Is one positive way to look at it. Maybe 90%.
All right, I like that increasing odds. What keeps you up? What keeps you up at night besides running 6 companies?
Waking up early to participate in talks like this one.
I felt very guilty asking you to do this, but thank you for joining us nonetheless.
But in terms of worried about the future, I think AI is a significant existential threat and something we should be paying close attention to. It's probably the most significant near-term threat. The longer term than that is the global population collapse. Birth rates have been collapsing pretty much worldwide, and we're headed to a situation where, for example, based on current birth rates, South Korea would have about a third of its current population, perhaps much less. Europe would have about half of its current population, perhaps much less. And I should say those numbers are if the birth rate were suddenly to return to 2.1 per woman, which is a stability point, which it's not doing. So if the current compounding effect continues, you would see really many countries become 5% of their current size or less within 3 generations.
I know you've been doing
I would consider that to be a very big problem. And I think for most countries, they should view the birth rate as the single biggest problem they need to solve. If you don't make new humans, there's no humanity. And all the policies in the world don't matter.
I know you've been doing your part to maintain the birth rate in the U.S.
Yes, I am.
And we've got more from that interview with Elon Musk coming up this week. It's a long interview, and the man interviewing him is another really interesting guy. He's a physician, and he does a podcast called Moonshots, a very forward-leaning podcast. Anyway, we'll have more on that this week, later in the week. In the meantime, I think we're out of time. So thanks for being with us on this edition of Future Shock, and we'll see you tomorrow.
If you go low, then I'll go high. There's not a cloud up in the sky.